kind of a tagline for 2025.
You're kidding me.
In 2025, we're all going to thrive.
Sure.
Okay, so that's my war cry for this year.
I'm going to be a little bit more personal. I'm going Mike V 3.0.
Okay.
Yeah, that's but obviously 90% of my energy and thought pattern, literally, as I tell my family, thank God if all shit that sank in, that's where all my energy goes anyway. So buckle up.
Okay. Yeah, I'm trying to get the broadcast. It just brings me to this page. I don't see it lighting up.
He'll help you. Search up will help you. Let's take care of it now.
See it,
Totally.
Alexis? So I'm hitting the TradeGATEHub logo.
How about you refresh, Coach? There
Okay,
it is.
now it's live. Okay, now it's live. Or it takes a little while. All right. I'm not the most patient guy. Anyway, let's post
No,
this.
I understand. I do.
Let's post this and get some people hearing our thoughts here. Okay. All right, Mike, I thought I'd start off with something, I've been bullish natural gas for a long time. And
Yes.
I have a friend that has a BD. We've been friends for, I don't know, 40 years. We talk markets and stuff, but he likes these natural gas royalty stocks
Okay.
like San Juan Basin, which is starting to come out of the hole. And I believe that you get paid while you're waiting. It's royalty trusts. They have them in metal,
SJT. Let me
and
write.
they
Right.
have them in metals too. And look at this weekly. Um, because I mean, nat gas could pull back, but it's an embryonic bull market in my view. But look at this weekly. So you could just risk last week's lows because
That's a fun stuff.
we're putting in a higher low, and we're about to take out a 50-week moving average,
All right.
and that opens the door for $6. I mean, that's about 40-50%.
You never stop learning. And by the way, coach, that's not bad. That's a fun thing. Let's even get the highlighter.
Okay. All right. Anyway, I thought I'd bring it up. There's so many
What else
things
in there?
there's so many things I forget to bring up, but the feature today is King Dollar.
Yeah, it is.
All right, King
It is.
Dollar. So, I've been talking about 109 forever. I mean, since par, since down here, and now we're there. Okay. I probed a little bit, but it's starting to look like it could take out some divergences, which I'm not happy about. The 4 hour is over 70 here, but it's still a lower reading than what we had here. So, getting a little tail here, probing it. The feature was the dollar made new highs and Canada struggling. Okay, so this is what I look for. The dollar's strong. Canada was a leader all the way up. And now with the dollar blowing off, and euro getting cracked, what was the leader of the dollar rally is lagging now. So this is a short candidate for me. Also, with the euro down 104, who would have guessed Aussie would have been higher? It's lower now, but holding up. It's up 11 with cable down 146. And you could go back to the videos when everyone loved cable. I said 123 is my target. You know what? We're getting close to 123. It looked ambitious back then, but now it's a stone's throw away.
Incredible. What
Yeah.
do you
So
think, coach? What now? Okay, I don't trade these. I don't trade it.
yeah, I know.
Is there?
You
When would you say is enough? What is the trigger for you to? Is there a capitulatory event?
that yeah, I
Whether it
think
be
it's
volume, sentiment, uh,
yeah.
a geopolitical. What?
I think we're moving into that phase where the new administration wants a weaker dollar. But here's the conundrum that they have. You want a weaker dollar, but there's no way on earth that President Trump on his watch would surrender reserve currency status. So you would still want to be the reserve currency, but you also want a weaker dollar. So he was able to talk it down last time. Maybe he's going to be able to talk it down. And the longer term theme, I think for like the euro that everyone's saying it's going to break apart. I'm waiting for the parity talk to come out. We're at 102 and a half. Um, as we withdraw from Europe, they're going to need friends, and you know who their new best friend's going to be?
Russia.
China.
Sorry.
China. Okay,
I hope
so
so.
China's been making inroads,
That's
and
why I'm not a geopolitical guy.
and they're not fans of the dollar. Okay, Mike. So they'd rather be doing things in yuan or maybe euros.
Is
Anyway,
that,
uh, uh,
see that
uh,
that guest that I just had made me forget everything about SJT. Thank God I
all
have.
right, all right. Anyway, so SJT, I want to thank you for mentioning Tuesday that you saw GDX calls being bought because I bought some miners, and
Mhm.
I've been bearish miners for a long time, and I bought this. I think they're coming out of the hole,
I see him, Mick.
all of them, all of
Mhm.
them. This is an island bottom. Nice. I mean, maybe it's only a bear market rally, but um, you know,
It's by the calls, coach. It didn't take any, it wasn't like the proverbial AEM. I
yeah,
think, I'm guessing, maybe for your edification, by experience, that if they take GDX or GDXJ, it's more for positioning and maybe an event or a move, or else you'd see sweepers in gold stocks across the board.
right. Okay, that's
No?
interesting. Okay, yeah. I mean, you're more of an option expert than me, but that makes sense to me.
Right, like the
So,
calls I see going off in oils, for example, this proverbial they're not, I don't see like Apache, Murphy Oil. They bought a little Exxon, they got some XLE, a similar type of thing.
well, you know what? I don't think are going to get a great read on the market until the adults get back from the Caribbean.
It's
And
correct, and I'm not one of them.
yeah, in a couple of days. So anyway, us short stops are looking forward to them bringing their volume back so we could pick their pockets. Anyway, so that gold, great call. I still think silver could see lower numbers, uh, but you can't argue
I
with
do
this
too.
gold action.
I do too. But you never
You
have
know,
enough, coach. You know what I mean?
yeah,
But
yeah,
it
yeah.
is what it is.
And I think that's about all I was going to cover. The dollar's the main story. So I'm also looking for a short in the yen. That's not making new highs with the dollar making new highs. So there could be good shorting opportunities setting up in Canada and yen because the dollar is making new highs without them. So what's going to happen if the dollar does turn and they're not acting that great right now?
It's the
So
premise of
th-
trading right there. It's called
that's the
relative.
way I see it. And the gold silver ratio is pulling back too. Not a lot. I'm still looking for 95, and I think that'll be a great trade. That's when I'll get more aggressive in the miners when I see 95 in the gold
Fair.
silver
Fair
ratio.
enough. Thanks for that plan, coach.
All right. Anyway, so I'm good.
Okay.
I don't know if we have any questions out there, but I'm interested in what you're seeing, and you getting the same kind of feel as I am that we really can't. There's been two-way action in S&Ps. There is good selling. There's real good buying. It's kind of a tug of war going on there. Um, I have. I'll admit it. I look for breaks. Okay, I
Sure.
look for okay. So, but I'm telling you right now that I thought the dollar would have damaged the market more than it did on this rally. It damaged gold. It damaged oil. It damaged a lot of commodities.
It damaged the VIX.
It damaged home builders. It damaged XLI, the industrials. Um, so I asked myself if the market could perform in the face of a strong dollar, and I'm looking for a reversal,
Uh-huh.
and the dollar to turn weak. I need to see how the market handles it. That would normally be risk on big time. It's jet fuel. Not maybe not the same kind of stocks, but um, emerging markets. When the dollar turns, the best trades may not be the U.S. It could be Europe. We talked about a mean reversion. It could be emerging markets. Um, I think it's just the best play is going to be short the dollar, long miners.
There you go.
That's my game plan for
Coach, the
25.
way you trade, that's all you need. If that plan comes to fruition,
Yeah,
good traders wait for, listen, it is what it is. Whether
yeah,
it's you or me, they wait for that. You try to tread water into a fat pitch. And believe me,
yeah,
that comes to fruition. That's a heavy, two heavy liquid instruments where you can make a good move. So
yeah.
I
And
applaud the plan and
and
thank you.
maybe we'll get a bond rally. Uh, they're trying. I still think 10 years going to 5, but we should have a bounce there. Maybe more. But go to your high conviction narratives. And you don't have to be right across the board. Really, you only have to be right with what you're trading, not the whole board. So go to your high convictions for the trades, and the other ones
It's probably
use like as background music to give you clues if things might be shifting. Anyway,
background music, coach. I can never hear background music again. It's all your karaoke sing. You get background. I can never sit in front of three screens and enjoy music again, except for you killing me with.
well, sorry,
That's okay.
I had to.
Listen,
Sorry about
let's
that.
go to a couple of things here.
Okay.
Tesla politics is not good for Tesla.
Oh
What's
yeah, you
going
mean
on today?
like the thing burning up? Yeah.
TLTs again.
We
Amazon. You have a lot of stocks. I can go to the board. Carvana was a short report. Let me go to the board, coach.
How would you characterize volume today on a day, in
Okay.
between New Year's?
What I usually interrupt, and I'm going to get better at that. That's one of my
Uh,
New Year's resolutions, but many have already broken. Uh, is that the segue was I think the bears have increased in volume. Uh, the technicals seem to be taking over a touch. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Liquidity is a little bit tighter than usual. Uh, I don't. It is the stock pickings. I don't. Listen. I've traded better. I've certainly traded worse. It's incredible.
Well, look at even the bifurcation in the Mag 7 today. You have some up, but Apple's still lower. You're even getting bifurcation in a small group like the Mag 7. Nvidia looks great, by the way. I'm glad I got out of it.
Well,
Uh,
did you see me? I posted the calls blaring in the room for you. Did you
well,
see?
yeah, that was Wise Guys doing it, right?
Well, listen, but the wise guys, from what I was seeing in the market, will shift over to my screen if you'd like in a second.
Yeah.
Uh, Carvana was the key. I posted in TGH. Carvana was the key. A Hindenburg short report. Carvana. Hindenburg.
Okay.
Normally, 9 out of 10 times a decade. I
I,
say right there.
I've never seen a Hindenburg signal work. Have you? I mean,
Well, they
I've
gave the
heard
signal.
about them.
I said I alerted. I should have alerted. I didn't.
I've seen the Hindenburg turn into a rocket ship, converted from a helium balloon or hydrogen, whatever they used, into SpaceX. So,
That might have been in your helium days, coach. I don't know. I'm sure.
well, nitrous oxide at the dentist, kind of made it a little more tolerable. But yeah, I'm still, could see both sides, both cases in the market, but I'm having a hard time thinking about how I'm going to be bearish with a weak dollar that's usually bullish for everything.
It looks
But
like
we're not, unless
versions.
I'm wrong about the dollar and we're going to 120. And some
Okay.
people are calling for that.
Mean reversion stuff, Dale. Coach
Yeah.
Dale.
Well, Dale's cool.
Bill traders
Um,
call you coach, right?
yeah, and they call
Am
me
I a
Dale.
trader?
Dale. Yeah,
All right.
yeah. Um, so anything you want to
Well, you want to
cover?
think so. I want to point out a couple. Can I have the screen?
Yeah. I gave it to you.
Oh, I didn't know that. Go to my charts. Let me go to TGH for a second. Okay, these are the stocks that have been taking calls. I'll take a picture of my proverbial archaic notebook. Still works. A lot of things. New share. All right, who's taking calls now in the hall? Posted many times. Viking Therapeutics. They're starting to build calls here, some value. Another ones that are taking calls. GDX, as we said. LRCX. I'm telling you, something's going on with these type of calls, leaps. It's like it's in the AMAT and MU sector, if you will, EMS, semiconductor. Uh,
The semis
Q,
are having a great day. They look
Q's
okay.
bouncing off the 50-day. I mean, that's at least holding some things afloat, as we discussed in Microsoft, which has had the 3 or 4 days down
I
between.
wish it had a green candle from down there, but anyway, yeah, today's lows look important in the
You,
stuff you're showing.
Hello Kitty came out, the guy Roaring Kitty,
Oh
whatever his name
yeah,
is, came out. Okay. He had Unity Software. The stock closed at 22, closed.
he
Oh,
sold it. He sold it up there.
of
Aren't
course it will.
people are people hip to that already about what he does now since he had that
Well, this is the
really
thing.
famous run?
Well, it was the fact, Lyft. Amazon will buy Lyft. That was in rumors.
Oh,
I'm sorry. Is it? No,
that's all right.
calls have been going off all week, going TGH. It leaked out. All right. How
Yeah,
much was really there?
yeah,
This wasn't a. So
yeah.
anyway,
Anyway,
ICG hot stock, by the way, I've been following. Look at the freaking thing on this thing. Was
it's not limited to him. I've heard people say, "Well, the Chinese reported they're not buying gold," and you know what? When I hear that, I go, "Well, they want to buy gold, but they're going to buy it cheaper because people are going to sell because they're not buying gold." Okay, um, you know, it's old. It's as old as the ages that people will look for liquidity to distribute into and create some fear so they could buy it. So just wake up in 25 that these guys
uh,
have a axe to grind. Unlike here, we have no axe. All we have are tools for you.
so smart.
Okay.
I'm thinking. I hear what you're saying in the background. No wax, no ego. Listen, everybody's at this. It's not like there's whatever. What is this thing? QB Carvana is
Yeah.
trading 5 million, but there's plenty for all of us.
Yeah.
Plenty out there.
Yeah, it's a pretty green screen for you. The Reds are in the minority. Also, I noticed Cameco looks like it could be putting in a base here too. It's having a good day. They've sold off a bit, these uraniums.
I
So
see
there
it.
might be a play there if you see any option flow.
What happened to my freaking charts?
And
No,
you know what?
Coach, I'm looking.
Devon looked okay too. I took a look at that. Left a gap up today. So I'm just reporting when things change to people. Okay, so there are some things changing.
They all bought MST at the Gap. Congratulations. They stuck their
Yeah,
nose out. I
yeah,
think even maybe Mickey did. This was on people's radar. What else took calls? I missed some things.
yeah.
I missed some things.
Oh, I miss
Now
things every
Riot.
day.
Riot took the calls right
Uh,
again, right off that 200-day.
How, how many instruments can you trade at TradeView? How many? Do
It's
you
an
have a number?
it's
Tell
how
me.
many you can trade.
Oh,
Go
well, I'm
zero.
interested. How many can you? A
Can I?
thousand,
Coach,
five
that's
thousand?
you're making me look. It's like asking me how many bones in a human body. I should know that by now, but I don't. Have I ever
Okay.
been into the Statue of Liberty? I lived in New York City. No. Does
Yeah,
that mean I'm
but
not a New Yorker? I don't know.
no. Well, I'm just saying that, you can't, you're going to miss
Surfs Up.
things.
Surfs Up should know that. He knows that I that Surfs Up in area.
There's the gold.
ESTM, another stock. Okay, range, volume, price action,
Yeah,
algos. I don't care what you're going on, what it's doing. There's say bear. You know what these algos have been programmed to do? Buy a bear, a bull flag, and then that's setting up. And then I'm telling you, if your friends that have 2% off a new year high, or whatever, 6 months, whatever it may be, on a 2% pullback through a bull flag. This is a bull flag here. You
yeah,
bought it
yeah,
right at like 580, and then you bought the new high compounded at 611. Now the
yeah.
stock has range, volume, it's hot.
It
That's what
wants,
they do. And then
it's
they let
going to
it go.
eat into the gap.
That's all. NVIDIA calls off the board as we're speaking. That's all.
Yeah,
GLD highs.
new highs.
Nugget.
Oh,
Nobody
we go
wanted it
new
down
highs.
there.
That
Nobody
looks
wanted
kind of
them.
bearish. Oh, that,
Yeah, it
oh,
does. Surf.
whatever that was. I can't keep up with you.
You can. It's right here. They create the universe. Meta. What are you going to do? Apple. Everybody was all in. You know
That's
what I
a
mean?
weak. All right, there's your weak sister in MAGA.
Uber
Uh, uh,
calls off the board.
although Microsoft is still pretty weak too.
Oh, it's horrible, coach.
Yeah, I mean that looks really rotten. I mean they need a blow off.
They need
Microsoft
a,
needs a
they need,
blow
there's the
off.
50, by the way, there's the weekly below
Yeah.
listen, the big guys look at the weekly
Well,
closes.
look, I mean we had a blow off to 6,100, and Microsoft couldn't take out the July high. That's a pretty ugly looking. That's a short candidate if we get a good rally in January. So what you do now is if you want to be short stuff, is you now start following things and see if they're making new highs. If they're not, that's a candidate. If they're making new highs but diverging or momentum's under 70, you could put them on the list. Yeah, that doesn't look too good.
All right, let's go. For the active trader, it's the first day of the year. Everybody chill out. There's a little giddiness, I'm not going to lie, if you will, more than usual. All right.
Yeah,
This is where the market likes to, I'm serious. The market tries to prove the most people wrong at once. So
yeah,
I'm not a bear, but there's a little giddiness. Okay, here it is. The most actives. NVIDIA is up there,
yeah.
even for, first day of the year.
Right.
RGTI, drones, or
Stocks.
quad computing, Lucid, big
Yeah.
deal. Holo, I've been trading it. FIE, we've been trading in the room. All right, so let's go to percent gainers on the day. SPCB, there it is, probably vaulted up. All right, for anybody, I can't be in everything. There's SPCB. Here's the chart. It's above the 200 day. It's come from 7. Here's another algo thing. SPCB, buy new, buy stop, 817. Watch the fill. There it is, 817. They stopped everybody at 817. There it is,
Oh,
eight,
yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
I see that high back
All
there.
right,
Yeah.
then it back and filled. It took all the people out at that new break high based.
Very classical technical action there.
It's going to get halted up and probably go even higher. This is the weekly. Oh, this one of the stocks that I'm not in it. More prone. No, there it is. So anyway, getting back to what's active. This is my generic list, by the way. So there's something to do. Here's another thing that I said on my feed. We'll give Jesus all the credit. Lyft, notable inquiries regarding potential acquisition. All right, Uber's having a good day. First of all, Uber was, as we posted on in TG this morning, which is always with upgrades, downgrades, and Wall Street research. Regardless, in my opinion, Uber got put to the Goldman Sachs conviction list. Okay, so here's Uber. They opened up, they did the dip. So now Uber's been beaten down, if you will. So now how this acts, to me, it could be thinking maybe Goldman is buried in this thing and wants to get out a little bit. I'm not going to lie, just because it's not that type of upgrade. And it should be reacting more than a Goldman Sachs conviction list. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
In my opinion.
Well,
Let's see.
how does Goldman look itself? Curious, because I
Let's
heard that's
let's take this Lyft takeover acquisitions. If Lyft was a takeover, if Lyft was up here, the stock would be 24. It's just price action. That's price action, coach. If you come across a headline and say, "Oh, Lyft the takeover," you're going up here. This is where it happens. Here you're cooked. There's so much overhead supply.
yeah,
Anyway, we'll go to Goldman, and that comes from a contra trader. There's the big daddy. It's arguable.
yeah, yeah. It's an either or.
Yeah, they're right. I agree.
If we rally over 800 again, it's not going to confirm.
There's the second big
Anyway,
daddy.
I hope we have a rip your face off rally in January. That's instead of just rolling over from here. That LASZ didn't look too good.
Here's uranium, UEC.
Yeah, see? All
They
right.
bleed it all the way down.
Yeah.
Stock makes back literally a month of get loss.
Yeah, it turned just like the golds. Yeah, I mean it might be a 1 month rally, but
This is the one.
could make a nice run here. Anyway,
That's it. Yeah.
a lot
Look,
of ideas. A lot of ideas for a slow day,
you know what? I actually leave. I can't finish any. You're like George Costanza and Seinfeld. Leaving. I can't finish any better on a high note. I'll leave it with that. But
Okay.
we are in the room. You know the episode, Coach?
Yeah.
When he leaves on a high note, he says, "That's it." So
Yeah.
I can't do better.
He's the best.
Yeah, the
I,
best
I like
character.
the I liked his condo under his desk. But yeah, or he faded himself. If he was trading, he would set up a fund like the opposite Kramer fund or
That's
something like
correct.
that.
That's how
Yeah,
he got the job with the Yankees, doing the
yeah,
opposite. He said to George Steinbrenner, "You suck." And he said, "Hire that man."
yeah. I
That's
remember
kind
that.
of how
I
Tim is.
I still watch those. They still make me laugh.
Yeah, they do.
All right, buddy. Happy New Year. Let's all thrive in 25.
Okay. BFLY might be worth watching too. Hold on.
Look at
Is
that.
that the one? Yeah, also.
Okay.
Butterfly Network. It is what it is. You want to trade
All
today?
right. The dollar's the linchpin for 2025. It's really gonna matter. It always has, and it will again. So that's a wrap, everyone. Um, Mike and I'll see you individually tomorrow. Give you our weekly wrap and our look ahead. So don't just count your pips, count your blessings. Thanks, Mike. Let's
Thank you,
get them.
Coach.
Let's get them, man.
Always leading by example. We'll get them.
All right,
Okay.
bro.
Thanks, Surfs Up. Have a
All
nice
right.
day. I'm in the
Yeah.
room. Keep
See
asking
ya.
questions. I'm here.
See ya, Surf. Don't wipe out, man.
Yeah, yeah. See you,
All
Surf.
right. All right.